So I'm charging the Kia back up to 80%. Currently at about 16 or 18% state of charge. I have 43 miles of range left. Now the interesting thing is I drove this entire last time I charged to 80%. This time I drove entirely in sport mode. Last time I drove, I was able to get 166 miles of range, or total miles driven. This time I only got 143. Last time I got like 3.4 kilowatts per mile, a mile per kilowatt. And this time I'm only getting 3.1. So you can definitely see when you drive in sport mode only, that it will reduce the amount of miles that you can drive pretty dramatically. And then this next time I'm going to charge back up to 80%, and then I'm going to drive in entirely GT mode to see how many miles I get and how fast the battery drains down. But you can see this time I will be charging on my level 2 charger, but if you run a DC fast charger, it will take on an 800 volt system, you're looking at 20 minutes to get to 80%. On a 400 volt system, you're looking at 1 hour and 5 minutes. Again, I'll be charging on my level 2 charger, Emporia charger. Now I do have to take the amount of amps from 40 down to 37 because the J1771 is overheating at the charge point location on the EV. So I got to reduce the amperage into the car. I also have reduced the amount of amperage that the car will take to 90%. Again, trying to reduce the overheating issue that I was having before, and it will cycle on and off the charging cycle until it gets charged to my 80%. But doing it this way, reducing the amperage down to about 37 amps, and then reducing the vehicle's overall intake of the kilowatts down to about 90%, it has reduced the cycling on and off. So it's finally ramped up. So it will take 5 hours and 45 minutes to charge to 80%. Again, I'm reducing the amperage out of my Emporia level 2 charger to about 37 amps. I'm reducing the amount that the EV will take in to 90%. So I'm only drawing in about 8.8 kilowatts. So it will take 5 hours and 40 minutes to get to 80%. Currently at 18% state of charge and 48 miles of range.
So at 37 amps, I have to reduce the amperage out of the charger. I was able to charge one continuous charge. So you can see here it took 5 hours and 55 minutes to get to 80%. Adding 50.66 kilowatt hours back into the battery, costing $8.11.
All right, charge the Kia to 80%, currently sitting at 79% state of charge. Get 220 miles of range. This last time I drove entirely in sport mode. So my average is way down at 3.1 miles per kilowatt hour. And then my overall driving distance is down by 20 some miles. You can check out my other videos to see the differences. So right now, last time I charged to 80%, I get 228 miles. This time I'm getting 220 miles, and I was getting 148.1 miles total range last time, but again, driving in total sport mode.